Have you ever stopped to question what truly drives you? We journey through life, often swept along by the current of routine, forgetting to take a moment to reflect on our deepest motivations. This introspection, this self-awareness, is a critical step in our personal development. Imagine standing at the threshold of a labyrinth. The twists and turns symbolize the complexities of life, the choices we make, the paths we choose. The key to navigating this labyrinth is self-determination. It's the compass that guides us, the fire that lights our way. Self-determination is our inner compass, the voice that whispers, "This is the path." It's the spark that ignites the flame of motivation. It's the fuel that powers our car on the journey of life. Without it, we're merely passengers, drifting along without direction. Without self-determination, our motivation is like a car without fuel. So, what is self-determination, you may ask? Well, let's dive right into it, shall we? Self-determination is that unwavering drive, a powerful force within us that propels us forward. It's the inner compass that guides us, even when the path ahead is shrouded in uncertainty. It's the light that illuminates the way when all other lights go out. It's the grit and tenacity that keep us going, even when the odds are stacked against us. Now let's take a step back and consider the role of self-determination in our lives. It's not just about achieving your goals or reaching your destination. It's about the journey, the pursuit, the relentless chase. It's about standing up every time you fall, learning from your failures and using them as stepping stones to success. And now, let me share with you a personal anecdote, a story from my own life where self-determination played a pivotal role. There was a time when I found myself at a crossroads, stuck in a rut, unable to move forward. The path ahead seemed daunting, filled with obstacles and hurdles. It felt as though I was standing at the foot of a towering mountain, staring up at the peak, feeling utterly overwhelmed. But then, I summoned my self-determination. I told myself that I could and would conquer this mountain. I took a deep breath and took the first step. And then another, and another. With each step, the mountain seemed a little less daunting, the peak a little less distant. I'm not going to tell you that the journey was easy. It was anything but. But my self-determination never wavered. It was the fuel that kept my fire burning, the wind beneath my wings, and in the end, I did conquer that mountain. I stood at the peak, looking down at the path I had traversed, and I realized that the journey had been worth every step. Self-determination was the compass that guided me through that storm. It's the torch that lights our way, the anchor that holds us steady. So let's harness it, let's tap into it, and let's use it to navigate the journey of life. But where does motivation fit into all of this? Well, let's dive in. Motivation and self-determination are two sides of the same coin. They are intertwined, each one fueling the other in a continuous cycle. Consider this. You're an aspiring athlete. You have a dream to compete at the highest level. That dream, that goal you've set for yourself, that's your self-determination. It's the driving force, the guiding light that helps you navigate your path. Now, think about the long hours of training, the sweat, the sacrifices. What keeps you going? That's right, it's motivation. It's the energy, the fuel that powers your journey towards that goal. You see, self-determination acts like a spark. It ignites the flame of motivation within us. It's the why behind our actions, the reason we get up in the morning, the reason we push through when things get tough. It's the belief in our ability to shape our future, the conviction that we are the masters of our fate. On the other hand, motivation is the momentum that keeps us moving forward. It's the wind beneath our wings, the driving force that propels us towards our goals. It's what makes us roll up our sleeves and get to work even when the going gets tough. It's what keeps us going, even when we feel like giving up. Think of a marathon runner pushing through the final miles, a student burning the midnight oil to ace an exam, a musician practicing tirelessly to perfect a piece. What's common in all these scenarios? It's the interplay of self-determination and motivation. The runner, the student, the musician, they all have a goal in mind, a vision of what they want to achieve. That's their self-determination, and their motivation, it's the relentless drive that propels them to keep going, to overcome obstacles, to reach their goals. So you see, motivation and self-determination are not isolated concepts. They work together, hand in hand. One fuels the other, creating a cycle of positive energy that keeps us moving forward, that keeps us striving for more. Motivation is the vehicle that takes us from where we are to where we want to be. You might be wondering, how can I harness this power of self-determination and motivation? Well, let's explore some practical steps. These are not just theories, they've been tried and tested, born out of personal experiences. Firstly, it's essential to set clear and achievable goals. Think of it as defining your destination before setting out on a journey. When you know what you want to accomplish, you give your actions purpose and direction. I remember when I set my first goal of running a marathon, it seemed impossible. But having that clear endpoint helped guide my training, creating a path for me to follow. Next, understand your why. This is the fuel for your motivation. The why is the reason behind your goal, the driving force that keeps you going when things get tough. My why for running the marathon was to prove to myself that I could overcome any challenge. It wasn't just about the race, but the personal growth that came with it. Thirdly, embrace the power of positive thinking. It's not about ignoring the difficulties, but rather focusing on the potential for success. When I was halfway through my marathon training, I hit a wall, but instead of dwelling on the hardship, I chose to visualize myself crossing the finish line. This positive imagery boosted my motivation and kept me pushing forward. Lastly, don't forget the importance of resilience. There will be setbacks, there will be failures. In my journey, there were days when I didn't think I could run another mile. But resilience is about bouncing back, about picking yourself up and continuing to move forward. It's about harnessing the power of self-determination to overcome obstacles and reach your goals. These steps are not one-off tasks. They require continuous effort and dedication. But the rewards are worth it. They've not only helped me run a marathon, but also navigate the marathon of life. Remember, the power to change your life lies within you. So harness this power of self-determination and motivation and see where it takes you. So, how can self-determination and motivation aid in personal development? Let's delve into this compelling topic. Self-determination and motivation work hand in hand to foster personal development. They are the twin engines that propel us forward, driving us to achieve our goals and realize our dreams. They are the catalysts that ignite the spark of personal growth, turning potential into reality. Consider the story of a young woman from a small town with big dreams of becoming a world-renowned scientist. She possesses a profound sense of self-determination. Despite the obstacles that stand in her way, limited resources and unsupportive environment, she remains undeterred. She is motivated by her passion for science and her desire to make a difference in the world. Through sheer will and determination, she overcomes the odds, earning a scholarship to a prestigious university and eventually making groundbreaking discoveries in her field. This is the power of self-determination and motivation. Similarly, think about a middle-aged man stuck in a job he dislikes. He yearns for a career change, but fears the unknown. However, his self-determination allows him to overcome this fear. Motivated by the prospect of a fulfilling career, he takes the plunge, embarks on a new journey, acquires new skills, and successfully transitions into a career he loves. This transformation, this personal development, is fueled by his self-determination and motivation. These stories underscore the transformative impact of self-determination and motivation on personal development. They highlight how these two elements can help us overcome obstacles, push beyond our comfort zones, and unlock our potential. They remind us that we are not defined by our circumstances, but by our response to them. Self-determination gives us the courage to stand up, to strive, and to keep going despite setbacks. Motivation provides us the fuel, the driving force that keeps us moving forward, pushing us to reach new heights. Together, they form a powerful combination that can lead to profound personal development. It's important to remember that self-determination and motivation aren't just about achieving external success. They're about internal growth, about becoming more resilient, more confident, more capable. They're about evolving as individuals, learning, growing, and ultimately becoming the best versions of ourselves. With self-determination and motivation, we can become the best versions of ourselves. So, to answer the question we started with, we've delved deeply into the power of self-determination and motivation. We've discovered how these two forces can be the catalysts for profound personal development. We've learned that self-determination is the essence of human potential, an inner drive that fuels our ambitions and dreams. We've seen how motivation is the energy that propels us forward, making us strive for our goals and aspirations. we've understood that by harnessing the power of self-determination and motivation, we can unleash our true potential and reach new heights of personal growth. And we've explored the lasting impact these two elements have on our journey of personal development, shaping our character, enhancing our skills, and paving our path towards success. In conclusion, self-determination and motivation are not just concepts, they are the very foundations of personal development. Remember, the journey of personal development starts with a single step, and that step is self-determination. And thanks for watching, and leave a like and subscribe.